Hello there, how are you? Welcome to my channel. I'm saying welcome to my channel if you're a new visitor, so thank you for stopping by. Please don't just be a visitor, subscribe. Yeah. Subscribe to my channel, So, because I want to get right into it, so let's just sip our coffee and then we can. I'm so excited about the things that I want to talk about today, so let's just sip our coffee and get right into it, okay? You know me and my coffee head. Okay, so today, like I said last week, I'm going to be doing book reviews. I'm reviewing 3 books, and I am so excited about these 3 books. They're so very different from each other, and I loved reading all of them, and they're all quick reads. I wouldn't say easy read, but quick read. The first one is Dial A for Aunties. Dial A for Aunties by Jessie Q. Sutanto. Then there is The Push by Audrain. I hope I'm saying that correctly, Audrian, Audrain. And then the last one, my favorite for the moment, is by Gabrielle Union. It's You Got Anything Stronger? As in anything stronger to drink. Let's get right into it. So, like I said, these 3 books are very different, but they're also very good reads. They're quick. They might not be easy, but they're quick. So Dial A for Aunties is about a young girl that mistakenly kills a date. She goes on a blind date and accidentally kills the date. There's so much to just that date dying that you'll find out. She is from an ethnic group and she is a graduate. She's finished university. The next thing they expect her to do is to get married. But she's not getting married. She hasn't brought anybody home to mom because the father is nowhere to be found. And blind dates. You know how it is in ethnic families? Everybody's in everybody's business. So everybody's looking for a husband for her. This blind date, oh my word, when I found out who organized the blind date, I was like, oh, wow. But not surprised, I think. So she goes on this date, which goes sad very quickly. On the way home, she accidentally kills the date. She doesn't call the police. She doesn't go to the police station. She loads the dead body into the car and drives home to her mother. She tells her mom what has happened, and what does the mother do? She doesn't call the cops either. She phones for her sisters. So we have 3 aunties in the house, plus the mom, plus the girl. 5 women trying to dispose of a dead body. So what could possibly go wrong? Now, the family also runs a wedding business. One is a caterer, one is a photographer. The girl is a photographer, wedding photographer. One is the makeup artist, and one is doing the cake. So they have a child. They are totally in charge of weddings. And the next day they have a wedding away from where they are. They've got a dead body to dispose of. They've got a wedding to get to early morning, like dawn of the day. What could possibly go wrong? This book delivers what it promises. It's laughter from the beginning to the end. In the characters of the aunties, you can identify. I'm telling you, you can identify the aunties in your family, or that one auntie who is just like that. It is a wonderful book to read. I enjoyed it. I have never read any of her books, and I was just trolling the internet looking for something easy, some reviews that actually pan out to be true, and this is one of them. So Dial A for Aunties, Jessie Q. Sutanto. Now you will see something running on your screen. Please take it seriously and please do what it says. Okay, there's a surprise coming. The next book is not a smiley one, so let me put on my serious face. The next book is actually okay, let me just go on. The next book is The Push. The Push is by Audrain, and it's about a woman who has a child, sort of. Every mother dreams to be loving and welcoming to their babies, and they also expect that the babies are going to want them, are going to be loving, and drooling all over each other. Blythe's journey was not like that. She met Fox in the university, and she is living the dream that she wants of a beautiful life, of a beautiful relationship. She doesn't come from that kind of family. Her home is totally different from the one that she has. I mean, her home is totally from the one that she has with Fox. And we find that out when we go back as the book goes back to the history of her mom and of her grandmother. And you can see that there's something broken in the women in this family. But she escapes that. If it's a curse, then she escapes it. And then she has this baby, who turns out not to be the kind of baby that she thought she was going to be. She couldn't just bring herself to love this child. She felt there was something wrong with her for not being able to love the child. And then she felt there was something wrong with the child. Unfortunately, she was the only one that could see this or sense this with the child, because the child was totally different with the father, with the grandparents, with everybody. So she wasn't believed. She tried everything to say or to show that there's something not right with this child, but she wasn't believed. And things went south. Even when things went really bad at one point, I don't want to give the book away. Even when things went really bad at one point, she still wasn't believed. And this ended up breaking a marriage. It was, the home at one point was like being in a relationship. Sorry, I'm stammering in. A relationship at one point was like being in a marriage or in a relationship with a rival. So she and the daughter seems to be competing for the husband. And you have to read it. It's if this was a movie, to be a thriller, because the suspense, which was why I was able to sit down and read it in a go, like 2 or 3 hours, I was done. And oh, thank you, my friend that introduced me to this book or recommended the book to me. Thank you. Again, this is an author I've never read, and I enjoyed it. I really did enjoy it, even though it was scary and what on earth is going on here. I wanted to know what on earth was going to happen. You know, that kind of thing. So if you are a reader, you want to get into this book. You want to, it's the kind of book that you think, did I miss something? Did that really happen? I got to go back and check what it is. But you didn't miss anything, and it really did happen. So that's my second book, The Push. Have you checked out what is on the screen? I'm excited. So my third book is I'm really excited about it. My third book is You Got Anything Stronger by Gabrielle Union. Yes, the Gabrielle Union. Now, this is a sequel to our first book, which is Because We Need More Wine. When I read You're Going to Need More Wine, I wished that I was a drinker. So it's the kind of book that you want to, even this one, it's the kind of book that you want to sit with other girls. You know what I mean by girls? And you're not judgmental. You just want to let it out. You just want to talk. So that's what so when you're reading this, you feel like it's like a girlfriend talking to you, and maybe you're going to have your coffee with you, or maybe you're going to have a box of tissue for this one and crackers, but you want to get into the book. So she spoke about, well, it's an autobiography, so obviously she's speaking about her life. What I find with this book is, if you're a woman and you're 30 or over, even some who are not 30 yet, you will identify with something in this book. There is no way you've lived life unless you've lived in a monastery, and there's no way you will live life that you cannot identify with something in this book. It could be the things she went, because she goes back and forth on this one to the things when she was younger and the things when things happening now. So it could be anything. She's been raped at 19. So really, someone younger than 30 could actually identify with this. At 19, she was raped brutally. It's also in that first book. If you haven't read it, do yourself a favor. Read that first. It's We're Going to Need More Wine, and then read this. So it's rape. She was brutally beaten. She was married to a loafer. She was working to keep a man at one point. She went through teenage years trying to prove something that wasn't there. And then she got to the point where she realized that she didn't need to prove anything to anybody but herself. I think we all know what that is. And if we don't, we really need to work towards that. And when I started this book, in fact, I thought, she didn't write this book. This must have been written by somebody else. That's what I thought. And why did I say that? Because it's so much more serious than you're going to need more wine. You got anything stronger is it's almost painful to read in the beginning. You can feel the pain of the person writing this. You can feel why you feel quiet. You're like, I need to read this quietly. I need to whisper to read this first few pages, this first chapter especially, because in that she opens up about miscarriages, about going through IVF, about the feeling that she wasn't worthy. That was why she couldn't carry a pregnancy to term. But in actual fact, it had nothing to do. She had no say over it. Something had happened in her body, and her body just couldn't carry a pregnancy to term. She had 8 to 9 miscarriages. She stopped counting at one point. Can you imagine being pregnant and then, she gets pregnant and she's almost like, oh, well, it's going to go anyway. But she still kept trying. I like the tenacity of hope, She just held into it. So she did say in her book that hope can be false because, she feels that it gives you just, it's a false feeling of assurance, I think I would say. But she did have a baby in the end. She does have one child now. And as much as we like to think that she's young, she's not. She's actually 49, even though she looks 20. She is so amazing, she looks 20. And then you go past the first book, the first chapter, and you find Gabrielle. When I say that, it's because when I see Gabrielle Union and she smiles, she's got that smile, she looks I just think mischief. She just seems like a mischievous person to me. So reading those first chapters, I realized what she also said that she's changed. Between the time she wrote the 2 books, she has grown, she has changed. She got married to someone who had a baby with somebody else just, weeks to their wedding. And you can imagine, so her husband has got 2 babies from 2 women before they got married. He's 10 years younger than her. And then she can't hold the pregnancy. It doesn't go downhill. It doesn't go downhill. They are married. They're still married today. And she does have a baby. And then she goes back to the mischievous Gabrielle, and you escapade, I will call it, when she was young. But everything she's gone through has made her stronger. And one thing else that happened in one of the chapters, despite the money, despite the fame, she went through racism not even in her own country, somewhere else. And it was, my heart was beating so much. But really, I knew she wasn't dead because she wrote the book. But the suspense of what on earth is going to happen to her, I don't want anything bad to happen to her again. Because I really felt like I knew this person, and I just want things to be okay for her. I just want things to be good for her. I don't want her to go through any more misadventure, any more stress. That's life. But thank God she got through it. So it's a very good, again, it's not all the books, none of them are up to 300 pages. I don't think they're up to 300 pages. They're the kind of books that give yourself 3 hours. So maybe on a Saturday, on the weekend that you're away, or just feeling lazy, start on a Friday night. I promise you, if you read, if you're a reader, you're going to finish this on Sunday. That's the kind of book it is. So those are my 3 books. Dial A for Aunties, The Push, and You Got Anything Stronger. I will like to hear your comments. If you've read any of them, what you thought about them. Did I get it wrong? Did I miss something? And obviously, I can't give everything away. Why would you read the book if I tell you everything that's in it? It's a review. And it's my review. Not a professional one. It's just a tell-me review. Okay. So, before you go away, the final push, the final part of those things you've been reading on your screen is here. I'll see you next week. And I've got news. Oh my word, February is going to be a fantastic month. I hope you stay with me. Thank you again for subscribing to my channel. And if you're new, there we go. Subscribe.